I want to talk real quick about this lawsuit in Connecticut. There was a mass shooting in Connecticut years ago, and the surviving families have brought a suit against Bushmaster / Remington Arms and the freedom group that owns them. But what they're saying is the Bushmaster that was used, which is an AR-15, is only good for mass shootings. There's no other use anyone else would ever have for an AR-15 except to go shoot up a lot of people. That's the only thing they're good for. And so the company is negligent for producing a gun only good for mass shootings, which is a total joke because the guns have been around since the 60s when they came out, and people have had access to those guns for 50 years. So it's ridiculous that they would sit there and say that weapon has no legitimate purpose. I mean, I own a couple of them. People do competitions with them. I mean, lots of people own them. They're one of the most popular rifles in the United States. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get past a law, because there's a law that actually is on the federal books. It's about 10 years old, and it says that you cannot sue a manufacturer of firearms for making a gun and having someone use it in a legal fashion. Okay, you can only sue if they're negligent in some way, like they were giving them away to criminals or something, which they weren't. So this is a good point. That law is there to protect our Second Amendment, because the people saw 10 years ago that our litigious society was going to try to sue guns at some point out of our hands. They were going to try to make it so expensive for the manufacturers they'd have to go out of business, so therefore there'd be no new firearms because it would be too expensive to get them and to insure and all that, and they'd be liable for every criminal act that was done with them. Now, let's talk about product liability, okay? So if I was to take my car and run over people in a parade, it would not be Honda's fault, okay? It would be me because I made that choice. Now, on the flip side of that, let's take Big Tobacco. Big Tobacco used to run commercials with doctors, and they'd be, yeah, I'm a doctor, and Winston's are the best cigarettes for you. They make you healthy. That's the type of commercials they used to run. They got documents that they knew it caused cancer and kept them secret for quite a while before we found them and caught them red-handed lying to us. So again, if you make something that kills someone and you're deceptive about it, you're liable, okay? Just like asbestos and other things that kill people. But if you produce an item that says, this will kill people if you shoot people with it, and it's a Second Amendment right that you should have this thing, don't point and shoot at people, there's no lying, there's no deception. People know what they do. So again, this law is going to pretty much, they're going to take it to court. I assume that the court is going to kick it out. If they don't, the next court will kick this lawsuit out because it's got no grounds. It has no merit. The law clearly states that the illegal actions of someone with a firearm is not the manufacturer's fault. Again, we've had firearms for hundreds and hundreds of years. Everyone knows what they do. The legitimate hunting and sporting purposes, and that criminals can do illegal purposes with them. It'd be like me suing Ginsu because somebody went in and Ginsu'd someone up with a knife. It's not Ginsu's fault that people misuse their items. Everyone knows knives are sharp and dangerous. You shouldn't attack people with them. So again, that's what's going on with that lawsuit. It's probably going to get kicked out, but that's what the anti-gunners are doing. They're trying to find any roundabout way, since they can't get laws passed, to try to take away our rights for what they think is our own good. And they have no idea what horribleness would actually happen in our society if the law-abiding people no longer had any access to firearms. So.